everybody. I'm going to second time I'm going to try uploading this. It's a story about a painter, and so I'll start now. Here goes, and I hope you enjoy it. And okay, I'll start now. I might call it the painter. Okay, there was a man once who, reasoning himself to be of a simpler time and place of character, went from his home each passing day's morning to sketch with easel, brush, and oil paints the objects of nature that seemed as if to speak to him of a higher plateau, dressed by the Lord, and variable truths breathed upon the visages that caught his eye. He found his portraitures throughout the unfolding course of his life to be attenuated many times to all seasons at once, and he also found himself very much lied to by different people, this being why he decided for himself a solitary life. There were people not within his reach he knew to be of honest concerning congruence with the threefold confluence of rivers that characterize each new age of humanity. Sometimes these rivers are metaphorical, not literal. Whether he would ever find himself freed from this imprisonment that had been imposed upon his person, he knew not the coming into realization thereof, although there was indeed the self-postulated possibility of it. Each passing day, when he was through with his self-definitive sketches, upon return home, he would stoke the flames of ancient literary altitudes, both horizontal and vertical, unto his purpose. Okay, and plateaus are wove of forms of art that a certain amount of time passing by following a certain art's conception, the gates of song and dance are widened to an amount of time that, knowing through and by its newfound linear length of sequence, inherits from eternity the ability to postulate the thread of a common theme running throughout the new created circulating back line of measures architectonic. In the course of passing time, he came to realize, this painter, that the images he visually conceived were the casting aside of all ritual and orthodoxy that became finally aware of spirituality unmasked by all that seems lost to falsified truisms. Fire, earth, wind, and water, hand therewithal, written on the pages of passing histories, sticks, flame, and flame to smoke, while the ashes that were found by all each morning after was the complete tying together of the four basic elements. Let's see, maybe I can get the rest of it into one. Let's see, this is where I messed up the pages a little, I think. So if I make a mistake, I'll have to go back and fix it. So let's see now. Okay, basic elements. Okay, now, true religion knows of no commonality with whatever orthodoxy and or ritual pretends its gate toward the open road. If a man or woman midway through their life is impressed by the translucent coinage of freely given epiphany, he finds his or herself a new being thereunto, processed truths he knew not before that time, being not false, but rather naive to articles of metaphor, simile, metonymy, allegory, paraphrase, juxtaposition, and dichotomy. All these things become clear after a person has that midlife epiphany. He or she thereafter reads the same text he or she or songs he or she long ago read, without without then eyes to see that mirror image of themselves looking back at themselves. So this is where I get the pages confused right here. Let's see now. Maybe, okay, I think it goes like, okay. Okay, I think this is right. So he met a woman, a long-legged, beautiful-eyed woman, who lived in a dressing room behind the stage of a long-defunct stage play theater. Neither would she watch anything on TV, nor would she associate with a person of negative continence. Countenance, yes, I said it right. She had been walking one mid-afternoon's day along the shore, imprinted with slowly fading steps, when she came to meet the painter. As yet, she wasn't attenuated to the fact that the most difficult distraction intrinsic to painting is the finding of your subject matter. She and he talked for a while, and he asked her to describe the town or city she lived wherein before she found herself erstwhiling in the stage theater. She explained to the painter thereunto that she'd many and few years previous to her life in the long-abandoned theater she'd lived in now, a decade of slow-passing years, months, and days she spent in the company of her half-sister, and that the two of them knew and lived in a very strange existence of constant exchange of characterizing identities. Sometimes she even wondered if there were alternate incongruities of the same person. She looked more similar than a half-sister would usually appear, somewhere between a bootleg twinship and an exactituding sisterhoods of carriage commonality and communicating. Her sister's name was Stormy, and she was known to envelope herself in vaporous rings and whirls of swallowing mist, only to appear some hours later in a different quarter of town. The woman, whose name was Vespelia Vermontino, lived, along with her half-sister, in the northernmost highlands, belonging to a band of travelers, living since birth a rootless life. She was as well a student of a higher plateau of metaphor, coined metonymy. Now this is, let's see what this is. Oh yes, I think I read that too. Okay, so hi again. Let's see how much time. Oh, that's 8 minutes. I better stop it now, and I'll continue in a while. I have someone coming over who always wants to listen to music, so maybe I'll get a chance to do another 5 or 6 pages of this continuing, what would they call it, a novella or a novel or an epic series of maybe a 7-volume Proustian American novel. God bless everybody. God bless America. God bless the world. God bless everything we do, and love, peace, and joy, and happiness to everyone. And have a great day.